What's up, everyone? Coach Tony here. Welcome back to Ivy League Admission Secrets. Welcome back. This group, we prepare you guys for the Ivy League colleges, the Ivy Plus, our kind of name for the top 20, top 50 colleges. So if that is you, welcome. You are in the right place. In the training today, we're going to teach you how to prepare for next year. If you're watching this live, it is late May. We're about to wrap up the school year, about to start summer. And then so the next school year is right around the corner. So in this training, we're going to talk about what you need to be doing or prepare for this upcoming year. This training serves as two purposes. Number one, if you're doing the things you're doing, kudos, congrats. This is what our students who have ended up at the Ivies are doing. On the other side, if you're not doing these things, these are things to consider, think about, to include on your academics activities and your applications going into this upcoming year. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Oops, my click is not working. There you go. So for those who are new here, right? Who are we? Why are we saying stuff what we're doing? We've been very successful helping students get into a bunch of colleges throughout the nation, right? And one of the groups of schools that we have done really, really well with is our Ivy and Ivy Plus success stories. Again, these are the Ivy League colleges, the ones that everyone knows, and the other top 20, top 50, top 100 colleges as well. This past year alone, just some of our students, one of our students gone to Caltech, literally the only school more competitive than all the Ivies. We actually interviewed this student. If you guys want the replay of this interview, how we helped the student out, let me know. I can send it over to you guys. One of our other students did Rice early decision. That's like your Hail Mary move. You're applying early, one school, getting in. Our student got into there this past year. Another one of our students got into Emory, another incredible school. One of our students, for those in California, got into almost like the California Ivy, Stanford University. Super, super pumped for this student. And one of our other students got into multiple schools. UC Berkeley, we even call it like the public Ivy, Cornell, Columbia, more Ivy schools there. So before we jump into the train today, you're like, who's this guy talking to me through the screen? My name is Coach Tony. I'm one of your college admissions coaches here in this Ivy League Admissions Secrets Facebook group. I've been helping families with the college admissions process for 15, actually in 2 months, in a week. It'll be 16 years helping families with the college admissions process. I actually served as a UC Berkeley admissions reader, helped evaluate students, said yes and no to families, start to understand how admission works, and I've been helping families for the last 15, almost 16 years here. Throughout my time, I got to work at a test prep company, master my test prep skills. I got to work as a director at UCLA for a little bit. I even opened my own high school, and I kind of blew up on TikTok, became TikTok's first college admissions partner. So all this time, we've been helping so many families and students with the admissions process, knowing exactly what you need on the back end to get in. For us, it's not like a do everything, hope, cross your fingers, it works. For us, this is what we know. You can see our success stories. We just replicate. We replicate the success over and over and over every single year there, right? Every single week we go live, we do a training here in this group. We alternate. I'm here this week. Next week, probably, you got to read me into my other co-host, Coach David. Coach David is incredible. If you have not met him yet, if you've not heard of him yet, you will, and you'll be amazed, just like I am. He's actually our head coach in our coaching program and our Ivy Plus specialist. A lot of our students, you kind of saw the wins earlier with our kids getting to all these top schools. Again, I love to claim credit for them. It was all thanks to Coach David. I did not do too much with those students. Coach David helped all of our top end students get into their top choice colleges. Super smart dude. He's actually a lawyer as well. And the really cool thing, he also helps families with financial aid. So not today's topic, but if anyone is interested in financial aid and like, hey, how can I pay for college? He's been helping families every single year. This past year, 2024, class of 2024, a lot of our seniors got to work with him as well on the financial aid side. He's been able to help families get between $60,000 and $150,000 in free money. And the caveat here is these families don't aren't like low income families. They make between 100 and 400,000 a year. So we look for what he calls it institutional money. So again, different topic, different day, different altogether. If you guys are interested, definitely let him know or connect to me. I'll connect you to him as well too. Or just wait next week. He'll probably be back next week as well too. Right? So today in this session, we're going to go over how to get yourself ready academically and get yourself ready actively, right? With your activities, and also how to prepare for your application that's specific to our juniors, currently soon to be seniors there. So starting first with the academics. The biggest thing we want you to focus on this upcoming year is focusing on your rigor. What you want to do is how do we bump up the rigor or the difficulty of our classes? One of the strategies we teach is consider dual enrollment courses or outside courses. When it comes to dual enrollment, this is as a high school student, you're taking classes at either a community college, a four-year college, right? Classes at a college level. Outside courses, think of programs like UC Scout or BYU. These schools that offer like online AP courses outside your school that are accredited and can get you a grade and a transcript. Those are classes to consider. So dual enrollment, local community college, focus on transferable courses first. So again, people like, hey, I'm a computer science, should I take computer science classes only? Probably not at first. Maybe once you exhaust everything, go for it, right? Try it, why not? But at the very beginning, we want your classes to count as much as they can. So definitely focus on transferable courses first. Then once you have that, then go crazy. Take the business classes, the computer science classes, all these other ones after. But again, prioritize the transferable classes. Not every major class will transfer to every single school. That's the big reason why. Right? The big key here is in college, you get to pick your professors. You'll see when you go dual enrollment route, there's one class with multiple professors. You want to look up the professors. You want to find a pretty decent professor, right? You'll see a lot of numbers, a lot of scores, right? Find ones that are great for you, right? Or the ones that are, again, the class might not be too bad. That's something what I would consider there. Right? In terms of outside courses, right? These are also really good for major related courses. These are typically AP level courses that you can take. Again, let's say, for example, you're engineering. If you're engineering, we want students to have physics, right? Math and physics. What if your school doesn't offer like AP physics, right? This is a perfect opportunity to take the AP physics, if your school doesn't offer it, at these institutions to show, hey, I'm interested in engineering. I'm furthering my interest in this way. And again, I'm doing this because my school doesn't offer it, right? So that's that. There's something called overlays. I probably skipped ahead a little bit, right? Overlays are classes that readers are trained to look for in your schedule. Again, as a UC Berkeley admissions reader, by the way, you find out that all the schools across the board, UCs and privates and Ivies, they all look at the same things on the back end. So these are classes specifically that they're trained to look for. If you are X major, we're looking for these specific classes on your schedule somewhere, right? For example, one of the overlays I teased a little earlier is engineering and computer science. The overlay for this field is a strong math background. So what we would want your child to do is at the minimum, right? You want to finish Calculus BC or Calculus 2, whatever your school kind of calls it, by senior year at the minimum. The reason why I say minimum is even with our own students, we actually push them to go past that to Calculus 3 or multivariable calculus, even linear algebra, or even differential equations, which are the next 3 levels after Calc 2. Right? So again, that's the level that we're kind of aiming for if you're aiming for these top end schools here, right? Something else I want to throw in here, again, Ivies, if you guys have heard the news, the Ivies are bringing back the SAT, right? A lot of them are bringing back the SAT this year. They're kind of prototyping it back. This is 4 years in the making. After this year, a bold prediction that we have is that we'll see other schools may copy suit, right? So again, usually the Ivies are first to kind of be the innovators of the education space. They're like, we're going to do test prep. And they're like, the SAT, ACT. And they're like, all right, everyone's watching. This is the year everyone is watching. So next year, class of 2026, right? You may see, if this did well, you may see more schools bring back the SAT If it didn't do well, you'll probably be roughly the same amount as well too. So like I mentioned, they're gonna go back to test required. So a pro tip for you guys, right? Take a full length practice test for the SAT or the ACT first, right? One of the strategies when you kind of like, hey, I want to improve my scores. One of the best strategies we've done is called test, review, 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 repeat. Why is there 3 reviews for 1 test? If you take the test once, you want to spend more time reviewing, right? And what are you reviewing? You're reviewing the questions you got wrong, right? You're reviewing the questions that you got wrong. As a result of that, right, you should not get the same mistake wrong again. These are standardized tests, meaning you know exactly what they're going to test you on. It's not a pop quiz. It's not a test that doesn't, you don't know what it's going to be tested on. You know exactly, here's all the topics I want to test you on. You got just gonna deliver the answers there. Okay. In terms of getting, once you're done, you go get another practice test and you keep doing it. As you keep doing this, you'll notice if you do it correctly, you're getting less and less questions wrong as you keep reviewing. And if you are getting questions wrong, you're getting different questions wrong, not the same ones. And if you get the same ones wrong, you did not review. Right. So in terms of resources for you guys to look into, Khan Academy is amazing, especially for the SAT. They even partnered up. Khan Academy, led by Sal Khan, and College Board, they partnered up. So that's a great resource to look for. Magoosh, if you guys are interested in Magoosh, like a little bias. I used to work there. I used to be there. I used to work there as a tutor. I became their high school liaison. I help oversee all their high school programs. If you guys are interested, we do have a coupon code that because I've been sending so many students their way. Just send me an email, slide my DMs, do it, whatever it takes. I'll give you guys a coupon code for that. Or if you guys are more, these are the online options. If you guys need the in-person, right? Some of our students are still better in person, right? Magoosh probably can't do that. Khan Academy can't do that. Look for local resources. These, again, it might be a little more pricier, right? Khan Academy is free. Magoosh is like $100 or less. Local resources might be a little more, a few hundred, maybe even 1,000 as well too. The big thing there is keep in mind that that's the differences there, but right, that might be beneficial for you here. Category 2 is activities. The big takeaway here, you want to focus on maxing your hours, right? One of the things that we teach inside our program is something called a personal project, right? Think of this as a passion project. However, right? Passion projects, I never like that word. The reason why is that people don't know what they're passionate about. I bet you if I ask even the parents in this room, right? You guys, a lot of them, you don't even know what you're passionate about either. So what ends up happening is they do stuff that looks good for college. And that's not what admissions is looking for. We do not really care what you do that looks good for college, right? What they care about is they want to know who you are and why you care, right? The what is irrelevant. The project itself is irrelevant, right? So again, most students will focus on the what. We focus on the why, the how, and the who, right? That is how you stand out in the admissions process itself. So an example of this, people like, what's an example of a personal project coach student? So one of the examples, one of our students, actually the student you saw earlier, Rice, right? The student who got into Rice ED. For her, we met her very early. We met her in 9th grade, right? Met her in 9th grade. We asked her, hey, what are you interested in? And then so for her, it was she's interested in business. I was like, cool. Tell me more about business. Like, why are you interested in business? And so she told me, oh, like I watched a lot of Shark Tank. I was like, oh yeah, I love Shark Tank. Real quick in the chat, yes, have you guys heard of Shark Tank before? The show Shark Tank with Damon John, Mark Cuban, Mr. Wonderful, and a few other guests. Barbara, was it the QVC lady, right? Yes, people have heard of Shark Tank, right? So yeah, so the idea is, I'm like, cool, tell me more about that, because again, that's still like superficial, right? People can say the same thing also. Let's go a little layer deeper. What I found out after poking back and forth, is that the reason why Shark Tank was insignificant, not was it because a cool show, it's a cool show, but this student of ours grew up in a single family household. As a result of that, right, the only time they got to hang out together, right, was to watch Shark Tank together. as well too. So not only was this story very powerful for her because of her interest, but it got her connected to family. And for her, family is really, really important. So when we created this program, right, she created a Shark Tank summer camp, right? So during summers, she threw a camp where middle school students, where she found out about Shark Tank, right? Middle school students got to learn about business, right? And she ended it with like a Shark Tank kind of pitch. Her first summer she did it, she had 8 kids. Super awesome. She put it all together herself. She did it herself. She learned marketing. She did all the things. She got 8 students. Over the years, I'm like, let's make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. Her last year, she had 100, I think 30 something students attend the camp. Well, to do that, you need a team. She had a student run team, right? The entire weekend there, right? Question for people. Who do you know has done that to your knowledge besides this story, right? And because people, oh, you guys are just asking for the same things over and over. And this is unique. I bet you, again, maybe the one person, but I bet you none of you know anyone who did something close to this. Here's the best part. When she shared about this on her application, we spent a total of 3 sentences talking about the summer camp. Did all that work for only 3 sentences. Because what did we spend the majority of the prompt talking about? We talked about family. We talked about why she wanted to pursue business, why she cared so much about family, her mom, and all this as well. That's who the college are accepting. The camp is cool, but what does that tell you about the student? Nothing. But telling me why you want to succeed so bad, why you want to put together a team of students to do this, why you want to take care of mom, for in her example. I learned way more about her, which as a result of readers at these top schools learned so much more about her than the thing itself. So when people talk about, in this perfect segue, internships, right? People, and it's like a segue for this little whole section, like, Coach Tony, I want an internship, or Coach Tony, I want a research. I always throw back, why? Why do you want that thing? Because most families, most students cannot answer that question. And if you cannot answer that question, it's not going to help you on the applications. This is like a teaser for the future, right? That's the big thing to keep in mind. Okay. However, let's break it out a little bit. Let's talk about internships now. Those of you, anyone here, really quick, if is anyone here interested in an internship? If not, I'm gonna skip it. If not, I'm gonna skip it. It's been too quiet in the chat right now. If you guys are interested, let me know. If you guys are not interested, we will skip it and go to the next section. In the chat, unless my chat is off. I think the chat is on. I see that the hearts, the emoji. That's Coach Art, guys. You guys know Coach Art loves dropping the emojis and the hearts and stuff. Now, no. I want the yeses. The yeses in the chat gets me excited as well. All right, people are excited. All right. Internships. Let's talk about internships for a little bit, right? So what is an internship? By definition, if you Google it, go to Google, no, after this call, Google it. What is an internship? An internship, hands-on experience in a field you enjoy. That's it. That's literally the definition of an internship itself, right? So can I teach you a secret? Now is when you guys say yes in the chat, right? Can I tell you a little secret about internships? Right, there you go. The yeses are coming in again, right? A little secret right here. Most internships that our students get are not advertised. A lot of people, you guys tell me like, Coach Tony, my child applied and that got rejected from all their applications. Well, fun fact for you guys, a lot of our students who got internships, they didn't apply anywhere. they didn't get any internships that weren't advertised completely, right? Here is the magical trick for you guys, right? All you need to do if you want to get, again, hands-on experience in a field you enjoy. What I would do if I was a high school student, I would try to find a person or a company that I enjoy or I like. Once I found this person, I could ask them, hey, I'm a high school sophomore, I'm a high school junior. Can I help you out for free this year? or not the year, this summer, for example, right? Then I was getting summer. This summer, or for even in the school year, this school year, on the weekends, can I help you for free? If they say yes, and you're doing things with your hand, you're not watching, but you're doing stuff, you're typing stuff, you're helping them out physically or with your brain, hands-on stuff, that is an internship, right? By definition, you share, because again, here's the thing also, is there such thing as an internship database? Can you look this up? Can someone say, oh, you didn't do this? Let me look it up to see if you actually did a legit internship. There is no internship directory out there ever, right? Because these opportunities pop up so often and so fast that is not any advertised things. Hold on to that thought real fast, right? Research, right? So that's the other most common, like, Coach Tony, I want research. I'm like, why? Kids do it. And I was like, okay. And, right? So again, keep in mind, most of our students don't do research. They still do fine. But if you do want to do research, right? If you do want to do research, there has to be one burning question that keeps you up at night. That is like the guiding principle, right? Is there a question you really, really want answered? That, if I go to Google, I can't find the answer right away. You're like, oh yeah, why is the world spinning? I can Google that. I can find out why the world spins, but it has to be a burning question that keeps you up at night. And here's the most important thing. Why do you care to know the answer? This is one of those areas that people do simply because it looks good for college. You guys know us. We're not in this pay to play kind of game, right? You don't need that. Can you do it? You can, right? You can if that fits, if you answer the questions. But if you're doing it only because I'm only doing it because it looks good for college, I'm only doing it because my neighbor, my friend, my relative, my sister, my brother told me you should do it. No, that is wrong. Don't do that, right? The best professor, the tip is the professors are not the best people to work with, right? When you guys are doing and try to reach out to professors, they're not the best to work with because, right? Oops. Because they're so busy. They're really, really busy. Two, they're working stuff really, really advanced. They're not going to care too much about you to get you the full experience. Same thing, going back real fast, right? Going back, sorry, caveat. In something Coach David said that I want to reiterate. I think he talked about on a call a few weeks ago, but he calls them, I think this is his terms, right? He calls them mug and hoodie internships, right? Mug and hoodie internships, right? One of our students got an internship opportunity at a very fancy location, right? Fancy company, right? If I say it, you guys know exactly. All of you, I bet you know exactly what it is, right? Is that they did. It was a week. All they did when, we asked her, hey, like, how's the internship? She's like, oh, it's all right. I was like, what do you mean it's all right? She's like, oh yeah, we just watch people do stuff. I clicked a few times, but I just watch people do stuff the entire week, right? And all I left with a mug with their logo on it and a hoodie with their logo on it. And that's it. So we have called those mug and hoodie internships, right? Those are things that you do to look good, but doesn't mean much. Going back here, same with professors. They're not the best to work with, right? But there are a group that's better. I'm not sure if I give the answer or not, but we'll see, right? So pop quiz, hypothetically, could we use the same logic as the previous slides? Can we reach out to somebody, right, that's not a professor at a university, little spoilers for you guys, right? Someone that at a university, and ask them, hey, I see you working on this. I would love to help you out with this project that you're working on as well too. If they say yes, you are doing research, right? Is there such thing as a research database? No, it's only database if you get it published. That's the thing as well too. So everyone's doing research all the time as well too. So if you want to get hands-on, again, we're not doing this because we're doing it to look good for college. Now, again, that's the big takeaway from the whole thing. You're doing because, again, you do have that question. You do care. Again, our students who do this right now, if you ask them, they have a legit answer. I'm like, wow, that's a great reason. Yes, keep doing it. But for a lot of people we meet, we talk to, they don't. They're just doing it because they think it looks good, that they didn't need it. No, you don't. Most of our top kids don't have research. They all ended up at top schools, Ivies and everything included, right? Doesn't mean you have to do this. No, you can do this, but you don't have to do this. And last one, consider a program. These are like summer programs, learning programs, educational program. The biggest thing to the filter question, I was like, ask you this question. If you could not put this on your application, would you still want to do it? Right? If I told you, all right, cool, that thing you have, you can't put on your app. Would you still want to do it? Hey, this summer program is at Harvard this summer. Hey, you can't put it on your application. Would you still want to go to the Harvard summer camp program? If the answer is yes, perfect, go for it, do it. But if the answer is no, don't do it, right? Keeping in mind the finances as well too, right? Do not go to debt these programs. Some of these are very, very expensive, right? These summer programs, these things are very, very expensive. You pay them, they'll let you in, right? It's pretty much the thing. Are they bad though? I don't think so. I do not think these are bad, right? However, because, let me answer the question. The reason why I don't think they're bad, there are certain programs that offer certain opportunities that you cannot replicate any other way, right? You do any other way there. So that's why that's the perk there. Again, Harvard, very rarely is there a program that yet lets you stay on Harvard's campus. Rare, super, super rare. So if there's programs that do offer that, hey, right, you probably can't get that opportunity any other way. So there are things that like that plays a role. However, again, keep in mind, money is the thing. Don't go in debt for this. Don't spend so much money. You don't have to do this either, right? But these are great for exploring interests, opportunities, anything you want to study as well. Applications, right? This is for any seniors, right? If you're incoming senior class of 2025, you're watching this live, right? This is for you. Listen up. Everyone else, this is something you can do in a few years. Listen up as well too, right? Biggest thing, starting early. People start too late in this process, right? Start early. Letters of recommendations. It is currently May. If you're watching this live, this is the month to get these started, right? So go ask your teachers before you go off on summer vacation. Hey, can you help me write a strong letter of recommendation, right? And then if they say yes, you say, perfect, I'll get you the information you need in the fall. Not now, because you don't know yet now. In the fall, you'll find out more. And in the fall, what you want to do is you want to give your recommender an existing application, what you have so far done. You want to give them your resume or your brag sheet, things that you have done that you're proud of. And here's the key. Here's the most important thing. A list or a few activity stories you want them to include. That is the key itself. Okay, that is the key itself here, because you want to control as much of your applications as you can, right? That's kind of our little trick, right? Again, admission, there's so many unknowns already. Things you can't control, let's control them. That's one of the areas we can control there. Okay. Planning for your application as well. So first off, know which applications you guys are be applying with. There's common apps, there's coalition apps, there's school-specific apps. So know which one's there. Understand which essays and prompts you need to address. What are the requirements? Some schools will have you do one essay, some will have you do a lot, right? For those who are interested, we have our college app intensive. So what our college app intensive is a 2-day event where we help your child finish their college application. If you're doing the Common App, we'll help you finish your Common App, your personal statement, the main essay, up to 5 supplements. If you're applying to UC schools, we'll help you with your UC schools as well too. So if you guys are interested, right, we do have a few spots left. I think we sold out of 4 weeks last week. As of last week, they're sold out. So many parents emails got mad. We're like, we've been telling you for weeks, but you guys never listen. So no one believes it. So now I think we're down to 6 weeks left. We have 6 different weeks left. I think we still have spots in fun fact, we're actually hosting these on college campuses this year. So you can join us virtually. We have 2 virtual weekends available. Or if you're from California, you want to travel to California, we invite you guys to hang out with us in person. We're going to be hosting a weekend at UC Davis, one on UC Berkeley's campus, one on San Jose State's campus, one on Cal State Long Beach campus, one on USC's campus, and one on University of San Diego. Those are the 6 weekends left. We also have an Ontario one at one of our parents, one of our coaching parent schools as well too. So if you guys, that's a city that works for you guys too. So those are the weekends. If you guys are interested, $750 for the weekend itself. You guys will come in with rough drafts. We prepare you guys for your rough drafts, and then you come and we edit. It's unlimited one-on-one sessions the entire weekend to get you guys done. If you guys are interested, type text weekend to 415-938-8721 or go to collegeappintensive.com. That's collegeappintensive.com. How much? It's $750. $750 for the weekend. If you guys text our team, they can help you guys out with that as well too. All right. Going back to our talk. Oh, I had it listed. I was like, boom. As of today, Irvine is sold out. Cannot do Irvine anymore, by the way. So Irvine's gone. Ignore Irvine. It got sold out. But the other weekends are still available if you guys want to do those there. Next, preparing for college financials, right? Again, college is expensive, everyone. College is very expensive. If you guys are interested, right? If you guys want to pay full price for college, don't sign up for this program. But if you guys are interested, go ahead and book a free call with Coach David. I have no clue, by the way. Don't ask me. I don't know much about financial aid. Coach David is the true genius of this as well. If you guys are interested, he's been working with families for over 10 years now. He's been able to help a lot of families do it. And again, if he can't help you, he'll let you know that we can't help as well too. But definitely chat with him. Honestly, that's it. That's all it is. So you guys are interested, a few quick things for you guys. Option one, if you guys want to book a free assessment. I saw a few people asking earlier, like, hey, can we still help? Can you help my child? The answer is yes as well too. So if you're a junior, you actually have a week. We're closing down the doors for juniors in a week from now. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and book a free 15-minute chat. On this call, we go ahead and see where your family is at. We see where your family is at, and we go ahead and give you some recommendations. If that's it, that's it. But if you guys do want to talk about our programs, we'll set up a second call to talk about the programs there. All right. If you guys are interested in the weekend, type the word weekend or text us weekend. Our team will hook you up. If not, go to collegeappintensive.com and you guys can book it on your own. Again, we're almost sold out of spots. Again, don't treat it as, oh, he says that every week. And then you get mad when we actually do sell out. And you're like, no, I was going to do that weekend. So too. So again, do that. Again, people who are messaging weekend in the chat, don't text in. Text our team, right? A number. So if you go to 415-938-8721, click weekend or type weekend to them, not to me, to them. They'll help you guys out with that there. Okay. All right. We have time for a few questions. I'll do a few Q&A before I have to bounce off. I have like good 5 minutes. There's a 5-minute Q&A. Which teachers should you ask for recommendations from? Typically, right? Depends on kind of what you want to study. Does it matter exactly though? Not exactly, right? But excuse me, typically if you like, you say you're, who will reflect you best? Typically though, it's like if you're interested in math, you probably have a math teacher or a science teacher kind of sharing stuff on your behalf. But again, does it have to be them though? I don't think so. But it's that. Keep in mind that also some schools might also ask you to pick certain teachers. So that's something to keep in mind. Again, you just want to ask people there. One more time, if you guys are interested in booking a free 15-minute chat with the team, I'm dropping that link in the chat down below. Someone says, what if my child's able to get a program scholarship to go to? Go for it, right? Again, it's one of those, like, if it's free, finance not an issue. Then the question is, would you still want to go if you couldn't put it on your applications? That's the key, right? And if the answer is yes, go for it, right? It's free. It's a good opportunity. Go for it. But again, if you're doing it to look good, don't do it. That's the thing there. Do you need to take a physics to get into engineering college or university? Do you need it? No. If you're interested in engineering, though, I would recommend it just because engineering, they're kind of looking for that specifically. But if you're not, it doesn't exactly have to be that as well, too. Does your teacher need to be a junior year teacher? No. Typically it is. It can be a sophomore year. Sophomore year is fine as well, too. The person is very arbitrary. The person you pick usually doesn't matter too much. For me, it's what they say inside your prompt. That's more important. So that the person's name. Again, people try to let me put a fancy CEO I worked for, this researcher I worked under. we do not care who people are. People try to use the clout of like, oh, this person's famous. I'm like, I don't really care, right? It's not, the person is irrelevant. It's what they say that's most important there. Can recommendation be from past high school professors? Yeah, anyone as well too. Please show side with the weekend dates and locations. I don't think we have the weekend dates, but what I can do for you, can you everybody still see my screen? Let me know if you can still see my screen or not. There you go. Right. As of today, these are our available weekends. If you guys are interested, let me go ahead and drop the link one more time in the chat. In-person, virtual weekend, same price, all $750 per weekend. We keep it very simple for everyone. Should a freshman ask for a letter of rec? No, do not. You can if you want, if you're applying to other programs, right, or anything. But for college admissions, no, do not. You do not need to ask right now. Ask it junior before senior year itself only. Do you know where on UCSD for essays? Yes, UCSD, where like location? I know they're on the campuses. I don't know exactly which room yet. Our team does. Our team knows they booked it. I have no clue where it is. All I know is it's on the campus. It's not UCSD, it's USD. Keep that in mind. USD, not UCSD. UCSD did not let us book a room that weekend, but University of San Diego did. The private USD. How important is sports activities? My son's volleyball varsity and club took a bunch of his schedule. Not sure it's worth it. Continue. Question I'll ask you, easy. Does he enjoy it? Does he want to do it? Again, forget college. Would you still want to do it regardless of college? If the answer is yes, I want to do it regardless of college, do it. Keep doing it. He's going to love it. If he doesn't like it, he's doing it for the sake of whatever. No, don't do it. It's a waste of time. Let's find something else to do with his time there. That's like the best filter. Again, ignore college, right? We're not doing it for college. Ignore it. Again, we are. But the question you ask the filter, should I still want to do it then as well too? Did those who enrolled in UCSD go to USD then? We never had a UCSD. We've never shared UCSD. Every single weekend was USD. Here, San Diego. Oh, we didn't put here either. But yeah, it's only been USD. We never had UCSD before either. So what's that? How does an athlete show strength with no time for extracurriculars? No time is one of my biggest pet peeves. You always have time. Do the math for me, right? There's 168 hours in a week. 168 hours, right? You're spending 56 hours sleeping. That's 8 hours a night. 56 gone. Now you're down to 100. Can't do math. Can't do it. I call it public math. You guys are looking at me and you guys are, I don't want to look bad. 68 minus 56 hours. 112 hours left. You're in school for 30 hours a week, minus 30 hours. You're down to 82 hours. You're doing homework 2 to 3 hours a week. Let's assume 3 hours a week, minus 15. You're eating probably dinner 7 days a week, minus 7, right? How much is sports? All right, do the math. How much is sports as well too? Maybe 3 hours a day. There are 3 hours a day as well too. That's what, 15 hours. There might be games, so adding 4 hours there, 20 hours there, minus 20. There's still 40 hours left in your week because Saturdays and Sundays, what are you spending the time doing there as well too? There is time. When people say I don't have time, I'm like, I beg to differ. There is time. Show me your schedule. Show me your like how you spend your whole week. There's always time to do stuff. The issue is most students don't understand time management. Scratch that. Most everyone on this earth does not understand time management. That's the big key. Again, you guys do have time. Here's the example. Anyone who's here, who's still here. Thank you for the 157 you guys are still here. Question. If I told you guys, if you guys know where Disneyland is, it's where I'm from. Wherever you guys are located right now, today, I don't know, you might be nearby, you might be far away, you might be East Coast, right? If I told you guys, if you show up to my office here tomorrow, I'll give you $1 million cash. How many of you guys will be here tomorrow? $1 million cash, no strings attached. Not like here, if you show up. Yes, a lot of yeses. But I'm sure you guys had plans tonight or tomorrow, right? The motivation wasn't there. That the reason why you don't do stuff is because the motivation is not there yet, right? So again, there has to be a bigger motivation to do stuff. You do have time. When you tell people I don't have time, no, the best way to rephrase that is I didn't prioritize that thing. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have time for you. I didn't whatever. I'm sorry, I'm out of time. I didn't prioritize you. If you reframe it that way, you'll figure out the time really easy as well. The one at USC, I'm not sure what the question is, but the answer is that's LA. That's August 24th and 25th. Super, super cool. I'll be there that weekend too. You guys are gonna hang out with me in the fest. I'll give you a high five in person. 750. Go ahead and book it one more time. If you guys are interested, whoop, go ahead and book it. Oops. Yeah, book it there as well. How important can you digging deep on why? Because it's hard to reach the real reason. If you keep digging, you find out about yourself. What do you find out about yourself? That's a great question, right? And we'll probably end on this now because I do have another call to bounce off to. The most important thing about asking why, because this is your main thing. Again, keep in mind, some of you guys mentioned what sports, right? Are you gonna still play sports in college? In question, right? The answer for some of you is maybe yes, maybe no, right? Next question. Some of you guys doing clubs, right? Clubs at school, ASB or I don't know, clubs with their Key Club and all that stuff as well too. Are you gonna still do Key Club in college? Yes or no? Are you gonna still do the volunteering things you do in college? Are you gonna still work the same jobs in college? And the answer to a lot is again, maybe yes, maybe no. The real answer is no for most of the things, right? Because when you're in high school, when you're in college, right? I'm gonna zoom to my face. Where's the zoom to my face? Boom, right? When you're in college, right? The most important thing you do is you do different things, and that's normal as well too. So telling me what you did in high school doesn't really tell me what you do next year or the whatever year when you go to college, right? So the thing that readers care about is who you are. Who, for example, if I was on your team or whatever team you want to do, like if I was on your like team and the harder I work, the better you are, who would want me on their team, right? As well too. Who would want Coach Tony on your team or whatever the team is? Sports, no, probably not sports. I'm not athletic. Ignore that. But like anything else, right? Besides that, yeah, we got a few yeses, right? Because it's who I am that you want. It's not the me. It's not the things I've done, right? It's the who I am as a person. I think I'm a pretty hard worker, right? As well as I'm a pretty hard worker. I do a bunch of stuff. I go above and beyond most things what you do, right? So that's who I am. You can change the situation, change the stuff. If I did do college admissions, I'd still be giving back or doing something similar because that's who I am. So when it comes to answering the question why, you keep going, you tracing it down, right? And it ends up being why did you do what you did, right? And then so the big thing here, this is spoilers, right? For those who are attending our workshops, it traces down to two different things. One, the reason why you do stuff is because of an identity of who you are. The other reason why is because of an emotion. As humans, we run away from pain, chase pleasure. That's the two scenarios that your whys will end up being. It's be one of these two things when you trace it. And then if you cannot get to these two places, ask yourself authentically. Again, you can't lie to yourself, right? Why did you do that thing, right? Why did you do X, Y, and Z? Was it because of this truly? That's why if you know us, we keep saying this. What do you like? Again, our coaching fans are sick of it. What do you like? What do you enjoy? Because that's what we're trying to get you guys to. People out there are doing that, are looking for college. When they ask you, why do you do that research? They're like, everyone's doing research. I'm like, cool. Why you though? Right? Why do you care about that? So I think that's the biggest, little high five, right? That's the biggest thing there. So keeping that in mind, that's the biggest thing here. There is no intensive at UCSD. Double check. Can you forward me the message? I can yell at Coach David if that's the case as well. By the way, I'm pretty sure USD because he's the one who booked the weekend. So that's his booking. So I highly do not think it's David. But if it is, go ahead and send us a message, and then I don't know who you are, iPhone as well. Let us know there as well too. Okay. And someone said, do you do in-home application help? We don't do in-home application help. However, there is one thing that we do is we do like a private weekend. So those who are interested in that, we do a private weekend. email us as well too. Discord chat. Yeah, go ahead and ping me so I can see that as well too for iPhone. But for those who are interested, we do a very fancy like one-on-one session. If you guys are interested in that, DM us. It's not something we advertise because it's really not worth it. Is the biggest thing. Come to one of our intensive. I think that's a really good thing there. But if you guys do that, when's the raffle going to have the whole weekend for you? What if you didn't do a draft yet? Raffle for those who are joining. Boop. We're doing it next week because I have been gone for the last few weeks. Is that one? We'll do it next Tuesday on the UC admissions training is one. For the weekend, again, you have time. As of today, you probably don't have to start yet. The whole rough draft takes you literally 4 hours at most, right? So you can come Friday night before you come to the weekend, get the rough drafts done. You don't have to start super, super early there. Is it for one college? No, we help. Wait, the intensive is good for UC applications, Cal State applications, private applications up to 5 private schools. All right, that's it. Went overtime. I am late to my next call. Thank you, Aaron, for joining me here today. I'll see the next week. You guys will get Coach David one more time. I'll chat to you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Monday's Memorial Day. So if for coaching families, we'll be a little slower. We'll probably respond back on Tuesdays. Our team is off on Monday, but we'll be back on Tuesday. For everyone else, I'll see you guys next Thursday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe. Chat soon.